So I'm getting some responses from the people here, and now my dear learners, I'm resuming the session. So once again, a warm welcome to all of you in the today's daily current affairs session on EduTap, and I hope that all of you are healthy and preparing well for your upcoming exams. And when we talk about exams, then current affairs plays a very important part, and that is the reason that I am back with a very interesting session in which we will be discussing a very important topic in our today's discussion, that is the Global Pension Index 2021. See, this particular Global Pension Index is really very important, and my dear learners, here before starting the session, I'm glad to announce that we are running a double dhamaka offer in which we are offering 40% plus additional 10% off on our various courses. And to avail this particular discount, my dear learners, you are required to use the code SINGLE, and please make sure that you are using this code SINGLE from 10th to 12th of December 2021, because this particular code is only valid between this particular period. So my dear learners, I hope that this is very much clear and you are going to avail this particular discount which is being provided to you. And now my dear learners, here you can see the headline from The Hindu, that was the Global Pension Report not based on the reliable comparable data. See, recently the Labour and Employment Ministry in the Rajya Sabha has announced that this Global Pension Report which was being released recently is not reliable because it is not based on a reliable comparable international data, and apart from that, this particular report does not recognize every aspect of the pension system which is prevailing in a country. So my dear learners, although this particular report was being released in the month of October 2021, okay, but as this particular headline was in the news recently, so now this particular report becomes really very important for you to cover from the exam point of view, as it was recently in the news, and that is the reason that today we will be discussing the Global Pension Index 2021. So my dear learners, here the Global Pension Index 2021, that is the topic of our today's discussion. And when we talk about the reports and indices, we always tell you that in this reports and indices, the very first thing that you are required to cover is the releasing body. And when we talk about the releasing body for this Global Pension Index 2021, then it is this Mercer CFA Institute, and this institute analyzes the 43 pension systems all over the world across 3 different sub-indexes, and that is why this particular report has been released. And here you can also see that this study of the 43 retirement income systems, which also represent 65% of the world's population. And my dear learners, when we talk about the range of the index value of all the 43 systems, then my dear learners, here you can see that it was between the 40.6 and 84.2 between the highest performer and the worst performer of this particular index. And when we talk about the framework of this particular Global Pension Index, so I would like to add here that this particular index is based on 3 sub-indexes, that is adequacy, sustainability and integrity. And my dear learners, here the weightage of all these sub indices is already given, that is 40%, 35% and 25%. So when we talk about the framework of this Global Pension Index, here you can see that the very first sub-index is adequacy. See, the primary objective of any pension system in the world is to provide adequate amount of after retirement income, that is the pension, to the pensioner, and that's why this sub-index adequacy analyzes this particular pillar of this Global Pension Index. Now when we talk about the sustainability, see, when we talk about the sustainability, it analyzes the long-term sustainability. That means what exactly that pension system is being providing presently to the pensioner. Will they be able to provide this particular pension throughout the ages for the longer period of time? So whether that particular part is sustainable or not, considering the increasing old age population as well as other expenditures as well as the government debt. So that is the reason that this is the second sub index which is a part of the global pension index 2021. And when we talk about the integrity, see, integrity comprises of the regulatory requirements as well as the governance which influences the community, which inflicts the confidence among the community that whether this particular pension system will be able to provide them all the pension requirements, will it be able to fulfill all the pension requirements of this particular community. And that's how this is a third index, that is integrity, which is having the weightage of 25% in this global pension index 2021. So my dear learners, I hope that the very first two dimensions of this index are very much clear to all of you. That is the releasing body, that is the Mercer CFA Institute, and second one is the framework for this particular index, that is having three kind of sub-indexes, that is adequacy, sustainability and integrity. Now my dear learners, when we talk about the average score all over the world, the average score among this particular global pension index, then here you can see that it was 61.0, and when we talk about the sub indexes, then it was 62.2 for the adequacy sub index, it was 51.7 for the sustainability and 72.1 for the integrity. So I hope that this particular part is very much clear to all of you. And now my dear learners, I would like to add here that this particular report divides the whole world, that is the 43 pension systems which it analyzes on the basis of 7 different grades, and here the grades are being mentioned here. And when we talk about that, what exactly you are required to remember here, see, all these countries have been divided on the basis of these grades, on the basis of the index value that they have received in the global pension index 2021. And when we talk about India, then India has been clubbed with the Argentina, Japan, South Korea, Mexico, Philippines, Thailand and Turkey, and India is having the index value within the range of 35 to 50. And here you can also see that with which color India is being represented here, and this color is correspondent to the range of 35 to 50 in the index value of the global pension index 2021. So I hope that this particular part is very much clear to all of you. Now comes the very important part, that is the key rankings. See, whenever you are covering any kind of report indices, you are required to remember the key rankings, and in the key rankings you are required to remember the top performer, the worst performer, and the most important part which is always being asked in the exam is, and it is very probable to be asked in the exam, that is the rank of India. And my dear learners, when we talk about the top performer for the global pension index 2021, then it was Iceland with the index value of 84.2, and when we talk about the worst performer for the global pension index 2021, then it was Thailand with the index value of 40.6. and when we talk about the India's rank, which is the most important part from this global pension index and which is most probable to be asked in the exam, then India's rank is 40th with a index value of 43.3, and I am marking the star here. This particular part is really very much important from the exam point of view for you to cover from the exam. Okay, so my dear learners, apart from this particular report also mentions that there are also the gender differences in the pension outcomes, and this is the snippet from the report itself which says that the total pension outcomes in every system around the world provides higher retirement income for the males than females. That means the males are having more pension than the females. And what exactly is the reason behind this differentiation between the pension which is being received by the males and females? And my dear learners, that particular cause of difference is the employment, the pension design and the socio-cultural reasons. So what exactly here the employment stands for? These are the employment issues. For example, we can say that generally the female enters into the workforce at a later stage, and there are and many times they are getting retirement at the early ages, and that is the reason that due to the shorter careers, the pension that they are getting at the end of their at the end of their career are very less. And apart from that, when we talk about the pension design, see, in order to get eligible to get and to receive the pension, there are some eligibility restrictions. For example, when we talk about the United Kingdom, in United Kingdom 23% of the female workforce and 13% of the male workforce are not eligible to receive the pension, and that is once again another important reason which is responsible for this differentiation between the pension which is being received by the males and females. I hope that this particular part is also very much clear. Apart from that, when we talk about the socio-cultural reasons, see, many times due to the inappropriate child care facilities, these particular women are forced to do the part-time jobs, and that is the reason that due to this particular less and inappropriate child care systems, that is the reason that they are getting the less amount of pensions. So I hope that this particular part is also very much clear to all of you. And now, my dear learners, if you have still not subscribed to our YouTube channel, kindly subscribe it and press the bell icon to receive all the latest updates of the courses and videos offered by us. And you can also join our Telegram channel to get the access to the PDF of these lectures. To join the Telegram channel, kindly click on the link given in the description below. So now, moving back to the session. So my dear learners, the very important part from the session is the findings which are related to India. And here you can see that India has been ranked 40th in the index with the overall index value of 43.3. So these are the most important values that you are required to remember from the exam point of view. And when we talk about India's performance in all the sub-indexes which are being used to analyze the pension system in India, then my dear learners, here when we talk about the adequacy sub-index, then India was at the bottom of the list, that is on the 43rd position. When we talk about the sustainability sub-index, then India was having a score of 41.8 and India stood at 32nd position. And when we talk about the integrity sub-index, then in the integrity sub-index, India was having a score of 61 and it stood at 35th position. So all these numbers are once again important from the exam point of view, but the numbers which are more important have been marked star here, that is the rank of India as well as the index value of India in the Global Pension Index 2021. Now when we compare India's performance with the performance that it was having in year 2020, then my dear learners, here you can see that India's score has reduced from 45.7 in 2020 to 43.3 in year 2021. And I want to add one more point here, that India was being ranked 34th out of 39 countries in 2020, and now once again its rank has reduced and it is reduced to 40th with the score of 43.3 in year 2021. So apart from this, now the question arises that how India can improve its overall rankings in the Global Pension Index. So my dear learners, when we talk about the recommendations which are being given by this report, with which after applying which the India can increase its performance in the Global Pension Index are being presented here. That is, India can improve its pension system by introducing a minimum level of support for the poorest age individuals. It can also improve its system by providing pension arrangements to the unorganized working class. And my dear learners, one of the reports in the Economic Times also said that in India 90% of the total workforce is under the unorganized working class, and that's how if we will be arranging these pension arrangements for these 90% people of the unorganized working class, then increasing the coverage of the people under the pension system will also going to increase India's rank in the Global Pension Index 2021. Apart from that, by improving the regulatory requirements as well is going to increase India's performance in the Global Pension Index, as well as it is going to increase the quality of pension system in India. So my dear learners, I hope that this particular part is very much clear to all of you. And now there is a homework question for all of you. See, when we talk about this question, the question asks that name the new retirement system which have been added in the latest edition of the Global Pension Index. That means in the Global Pension Index 2021 edition, some retirement systems has been added, and here you are required to tell me in the comment section below that which exactly among these countries is that retirement system which has been recently added in the Global Pension Index 2021. And my dear learners, apart from that, there was one of the headlines in the PIB on the 9th of December 2021 that nearly 1 lakh people are getting their pensions directly into their accounts with the help of Sampan project. So my dear learners, now there is a question for all of you, the homework question for all of you, and you are going to tell me in the comment section below that what exactly this Sampan project stands for. Apart from that, you are going to tell me in the comment section below that in which year this particular project was being launched and which one of the following is the implementing agency for this particular Sampan project. So do answer the questions in the comment section below, and I am expecting your responses in the comment section below. And now my dear learners, when we talk about the star performer of our previous session, then Hansa Gupta is the star performer for a previous session. And who are these star performers? Star performers are those people who answer the questions correctly in the comment section below that we have asked in the previous session as a homework question. For example, in the today's session we have asked about the new pension system which has been added to the Global Pension Index 2021 and about the Sampan project as well. So my dear learners, that was all from our today's session, and I hope that today's session was very much useful and fruitful to all of you. And if you have liked the session, please give a thumbs up in the comment section below, and if you are having any queries, then you can drop us a mail at hello@edutap.co.in, and you can also call us at 814-620-7241. So my dear learners, thank you for joining us. Wish you all happy learning.